What's up, my fellow Toku nerds and fellow Scoundrel nerds? Okay, we gotta really talk about episode 27 of Zeztz. I mean, shoot! We got introduced to Seig. S-E-I-G. How does that pronunciation work? The way they say it in the show is Seig, but the way it's spelled is way different. We'll get to him in just... Well, this whole episode is probably going to be talking about him because he's just... I got thoughts. Let's start off with his introduction. Damn, his introduction was good. Like his personality gave me... the best way I can describe it is kind of like... Kamen Rider Jin from 01, but more stylized after Hirobi, I guess. He very much reminded me of like a Joker Kamen Rider or a mob boss or something. I mean, his fight scenes was... you can feel he's a rogue. You can feel he's some sort of a rogue. And at the same time, he doesn't care what is going on. I think. I don't know. I mean, it's interesting the fact that Code Samnia, well, Seig is part of Code Samnia because Zero mentioned it. But at the same time, he needs Zetz's help with him. So, and the lady knows about him too, because in like the real world, she warns them about him, tries to get him to stay away, and get her to stay away from Seig. And at the same time, it's... So we got 4 factions here? We got Team Zeztz. We got the lady who is creating nightmares. And then we got Code. And now we got Seig with his underground nightmare reign. Which doesn't make sense in the long run because we know that the nightmares are being created by the lady. So how does Seig have a whole bunch of nightmares? Ones that Zeztz already defeated. Which he does. It is acknowledged that the nightmares don't know Zeztz, which, yeah, fair enough. They were from the dream. But it's fair that right now they don't know who he is. So it's very, very interesting. Like, I don't know. And I like the fact that this going back to Zeztz reaching out, Zero reaching out to Zeztz, Baku asking for help for Seig, but I respect Baku for shutting him down because he still doesn't trust him. They did give him some information about Seig on who he is, I think. I haven't watched the episode recently. I watched it 2 times today. I watched it 2 times yesterday, not today. I had other things going on. But regardless. And then I respect Baku shutting him down on that. But yeah, to Minami's point, he does need help. So logically, it does make sense for him and Nox, Odeka, be working together because it makes sense in the long run. And Baku understands where Nox is coming from. So, yeah. I mean, it makes sense. And then, here's a really good question. Here's a real good question about something that happened in an episode. Baku pulled out another set of Impact wonder, gravity. When he put the two impacts together, they formed into one and doubles the impact. How? Now they just revealed that? I don't get it. Like, sure, yeah, but at this point in the game, it doesn't feel necessary. Because we know that the capsules are the nightmares in them. So, putting two nightmares together improves on it. So, what would happen now when Baku tries to transform into Zeztz? It has no logic to it. I hope in future episodes they acknowledge it, but as of right now, it just doesn't make sense to me at least. If someone can explain that to me in the comments, please do so, because I don't really get it why they introduced something like this. Maybe to keep the toyetic thing, but I don't know. I don't know nothing about this. It's also interesting that Jeek is pretty much running a nightmare underground where he puts two nightmares and have them fight each other. So that whole thing, it's a welcome addition, but I need some depth to that. Like, where did G get the nightmares? Because we know that they came from the lady, but how does he have them? And where does he fit into all this? He is aware of Baku's premonition. And during that fight sequence, during in Nox's dream, because you guys remember, at this point, Nox is still trapped in the dream world because of the shadow nightmare. So there's that. And as a peace offering, to help Nox, Baku gives him the recovery nightmare, recovery capsule, and then asks him to give him information about Jeek. It seems like everyone's afraid of Jeek. And kudos to the actor. He plays it so good. Like, damn. Like, he's weird, creepy, villainous. But I like it. As for a third rider, it really changes things a bit. I mean, Lakia from Gav was kind of a bad guy at one point. But this guy is just... This is a whole different ballgame right here. If you guys got any similarities to what Jeek is, let me know. Because I feel like I'm missing something, but I don't know. I'm just a guy rambling about stuff about this episode, so there's that. I like that Baku did remember how to fight the nightmare, because we did see that a little bit. But it's very interesting that Jeek just can come into the dream and change things like a dime. Also, the transformation is really cool. Like, I think it's just opening the swords like that. Yeah, it was really cool. It's interesting that his nightmare is a dragon, though. It's interesting on that. I wonder if that plays into anything, but I don't know. And the fight sequence where Jeek is fighting the nightmares and Zeztz is fighting both the nightmare and Jeek. We got a three-way battle going on. Like I said, this the whole situation with Jeeg is a full-on rogue, and I kind of like it. Not Kamen Rider Rogue. That's a different thing. I'm talking like an actual rogue. Doing off his own thing, so there's that. And it's interesting that he's able to change the dream too. Because we went from Nox's dream to this kind of Mad Max style dream. Which, by the way, during that fight between the two nightmares, the wolf nightmare got an upgrade? There's a lot of questions about this episode. A lot of focus about Jeeg. And it really shakes up the formula on what we know so far. I'm mixed, but I'm not complaining about it. Jeeg is a nice addition. I'm curious to know where they take him. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think about this episode. And until next time, take care.